Okay, good morning everyone. Bruchim Abayim. We're continuing in Mishna Berura Daf Hashavua. You know, Siman Ayin Hey was very geschmack. If you do something slowly and thoroughly, and you get it, it's more enjoyable. A halavai, you know, maybe next round you do even less at a time. You know, when you could sink into one sif at a time, you see, okay. Siman Ayin Vav. Lizar mitzayim b'shas krishma. You have to be careful from excrement at the time of Shema. Says the Mechaber, Tsaya ba'ashashes. Tsaya in glass. Mutter likros kenegda. You're allowed to read opposite it. Afal pi sharaya oiseh derech daf noiseha. Even though you see it through the walls. Mishum de bekisoy tal rachmana. There it's dependent on it being covered. The chsiv v'chisisa es seyasecha. You should cover that which comes out, v'hamiskasaya, and it's covered. By the way, look at the lashon nikia of the Torah, that the word for excrement just means that which comes out. Okay, now, what's very interesting is, this halacha will become more and more and more relevant with the proliferation of lucite and plexiglass for everything. Right? Now, the biggest style now is that the porches, there are no walls, it's, plexiglass, and everything is plexiglass. Even in the fancy hotels, kemat, there won't be walls anymore between the Beis HaKisei. There isn't already between, let's say, the shower and the rest of the Beis HaKisei. Everything is glass. This halacha will become extremely, there will be no separations anymore that you, okay. Anyway, so the Mishna Berura says, "Ba'ashashes who shells the chuchas or the achamanir." It's glass or anything else that's transparent, right? Likrois dad b'chol halachas elu atzim peches. All of the next series of halachas until sim peches v'chein inyan iser erva hanizgar el, or the iser of erva kamakim shenizgar hadin le'inyan krishma. Whenever we say a din regarding krishma, bein le'inyan heter, bein le'inyan iser, hu lav dafka krishma. It's not specifically Shema. Du adin Torah, utfila, v'chol inyane kedusha. Uvein she'omrim b'lashon kodesh, uvein b'lashon chal. You want to listen to Rav Asher Arieli in Yiddish? It's not. You can't do that either. It doesn't matter whether it's lashon kodesh or in a secular language. Now, this is a very interesting.
Points on, or even backwards, what we learned already.
What?
From this point on, but also within the Libo, Roa, Esa, Arba, the same thing.
The same. He says, V'chein le'inyan iser erva hanizkar el. Certainly, giloi erva, certainly Roya and Esa erva. Liboy Roya Esa erva is d'Rabbanan, l'chayra that also. Now, this is a very interesting question. Are you allowed to do mitzvahs in a bathroom? You say, wow, what kind of mitzvahs you can do in a bathroom? You ready? 99% of the tzedakah some people give, they're giving on their phone. 99, right? You're masking in America? Are you Americans? Most tzedakah people, they give, there's a charity campaign, there's a GoFundIt, there's a Chesed campaign, there's a Zelle, there's a PayPal. You're allowed to you're allowed to do that in the bathroom? So, the Bir Halacha says, I would say yes. The Bir Halacha later on says in Siman Tavkuf Peichesev Beis, we don't find an Isser to become a mitzvah when Gufay Einoi Naki or B'makam Sheino Naki. Look, you're allowed to wear tzitzis in the bathroom. The Matei Ephraim is Machmer, he says, it's Einoi Garua from Hiur Midivrei Torah. So that's interesting that the Bir Halacha brings the Matei Ephraim not to do mitzvahs in a bathroom. L'chatchila. The Rav Shlomo Zalman is masber that it's only l'chatchila that try to push it off until you get to a makam naki. But not that you should delay putting on tzitzis. Or let's say you have an opportunity to give tzedakah. You don't have to say, well, I'll wait until I come out of the bathroom to send the payment. By the way, Reb Chaim Kanievsky says that the chumrah of the bir halacha is only in a beis hakisei, which is worse than a makkah metunaf. By the way, we also had a question about whether you could be mekayim the sheish mitzvos hatmidiyos in the bathroom. I think that's a shaila. What about, are you allowed to read svarim that deal with tikkun hamidos in the bathroom? Now, obviously, if it's Archas Sadikim, Mesil Shisharim, it's the very Torah. So, but Rav Shlomo Zalman says even if it's not Musadim Mamari Chazal, only on psychology, it could be you can't learn them in the bathroom. I'm not exactly sure what he's talking about. You can't read Dale Carnegie in the bathroom? I don't think so. You're allowed to read in the bathroom. What else are you going to do? Okay, weiter. The Mishnah Berura says, Kenegda v'im magia lo reach ra asar. Now, if there's a glass, a plexiglass, but you smell it, it's asar. Afilu man da amar b'siman ayin tesef beis da hafsaka mayos reich ra. Even the opinion in ayin tesef beis that separating helps for reich ra. That's davka mechitza shu reshus b'fnei atzmai. That's only if it's a separate reshus. Aval kfias kli loy. But you don't have to. But if you just put the kli over it, and it smells, meaning it seems like there's an opinion that if you have a separate reshus with a hafsaka, it works for reach ra. That may be true if there's a mechitza, but not if you're a koifa kli. When we call makayim, ein tzarich b'zeh dalet amos makom shekal hareach. You don't have to go 4 amos away for where the reach stops. El kol zman shein magia elav sagi. As long as the smell doesn't reach you, it's enough. In other words, if it's covered and the smell doesn't reach you, that's good enough. You don't need 4 amos from where the smell stops. Kein kasa prima gadam b'siman zeh. Aval b'siman ayin tes, b'mish b'tzayzav, nishar b'tzarich iyon, whether you need 4 amos from where the smell stops, b'ayin b'siman ayin tes b'vir halacha. Beis, tsoya beguma. Let's say the tsoya in a hole. Maniach sandal ela, you could put your foot on it. V'koyre and say Shema. The chashiva kimachusas, like it's covered. V'kivan she'ein reich ra magia loy muter. Since you don't smell it, it's permitted. V'hu shaloi he sandaloi noigeba. As long as your shoe is not touching the tzaya. Says Mishnah Berura, sandal lav dafka sandal adin be'ezah davar shemechasam hani. Lav dafka sandal, anything that you cover the hole with will help. V'nakat sandal d'loi tema. So you don't say the batal lagabe gufa. You would think the sandal is batal to your gufa. Have a kamay shemachasay sabaraglo yichef. It's like maybe you're covering it with your barefoot. That for sure it's not a cover. The bevade in gufay chashav kisoy. Your body's for sure not a cover. For you, kamash malan, that the sandal is not batal to you. Shalo yehei. As long as the sandal is not touching the tzara. Even let's say you're stepping on the hole. You have to make sure the sandal, your shoe, is not touching the tzaya. Even if it's not shmushing up the sides of your shoe, still if it's touching the bottom of your shoe, then it will not help. Even though if it would be a glass and it would be touching the tzaya, it would be permitted. Because you don't see it. Your shoe is worse. Because you're wearing it. Therefore, if you remove your shoe, do me a favor, if you do this, just let me know and don't show up in my house. Okay, so weiter. Noigeya. As long as your shoe is not touching it. Ayin ba'olas tamid u'primagan shem tzadin lomer dim achar shakara kriya shema u'berchaiseha. Let's say after you said Shema, matzah tsoya devuka b'sandalai. You saw there was excrement on your shoe, mitachtisai, under it. Chayzer v'koire kriya shema. You have to repeat the Shema, but without the brachas, which is interesting. We had many times, when you do make the bracha, when you don't make the bracha, you have to repeat Shema, but without the bracha. Even though, why don't we say, kan nimtza kan hoya? Mistama, you stepped on it after Shema. You weren't born with tsaya on your feet. So there's a chazaka. Why don't we say, you had cheskas tara? By Doiraisa will be machmir. We say chazak for Doiraisa, unless, okay. Vim nispashet tzagam betzideh asan miyuchutz. If the tsoya is spreading on the outside, ayin lekaman sif ches sif katan lamed masha nechtav sham. Okay, let's begin sif gimel.
Is this only human excrement? Or animals also?
We will definitely see. Yeah, we're gonna definitely see what. Right now, we're talking about human excrement, which obviously, it's not that common. You're gonna have it on your shoe. Okay, Sif Gimel. Haviru tsaya lefanav. Let's say they were passing tsaya in front of you. A guy was walking by, and holding a silver tray with tsaya on it. Why he was doing that, I don't know. Kasha namaisa. Asur likros kenegda. Upi hachazir, the mouth of a pig. Kitsaya oiveres dami. It's like passing excrement. Afilu oila min anar, even if it just came out of the river. And so you think the pig had a good bath. The pi hachazir is like tsaya. Ein harachitzamay elaslay. Bathing will not help it. David kagraf shel ra'i. It's like a chamber pot. Even if you give the pig Listerine, and you brush his teeth, and you floss, and you do, like before Pesach, they do the water, powered water. Doesn't matter. And he smiles at you and there's like a gleam in his teeth. No, the mouth of a chazer, the mouth of a chazer is like a graf shel ra'i. Is like tsaya oiveres. Says Mishnah Berura. Lefana vu adinim hoisa shata al pnei hamayim. A swimming pig. You ever see a swimming pig? I never saw a swimming pig. What's he swimming in? Why are you near a river with swimming pigs? But that's the story. That is the story. Okay. Kenegda. Ayve says the serve the in lechag ben tsoy kvula iveras. Right, we have not seen yet a distinction between stationary tsaya and passing tsaya. And the Beis Yosef holds there's no chiluk between tsaya kavua and tsaya iveras. Al kain gambazeh, but inen harchakim elefanav kamla einav. Therefore, for this also, you need to distance in front of your eyes as far as you could see. Umela acharav, and behind you, dalat amas mimakam shekal areach. V'chein hela hatazra pri chadash. Achim he'aviru tzem elefanav al pnei rachvai. What if the tzai is passing on your width, not before you or behind you? Az dai b'dalat amos. 4 amos is enough. Dahainu koydem shemegia l'dalat amosav. Before it reaches your 4 amos, or after it distances 4 amos is permitted. Kiven shu az mitzida, since it's only on your side. So we're treating the sides like the behind you. The sagi b'dalat amos mimakam shekala hareach. You need 4 amos from where the smell stops. The ad makam shekala hareach, because until the place where the smell stops, hu kamait tsoya mamish. Then it's mamish like tsoya. In other words, if you're 100 miles away, but the smell gets within an inch of you, you got to move 4 amos away from that, because as long as the smell is going, it's like tsaya mamish. Kiven the reach ra sheish le ikarhu. It's a smell that comes from a substance. Ukil kaman b'simnayin tes. V'habach ve'oli rabba pasku. The kiven the tsaya oiverasi. Since it's passing tsaya, ve'eno imez magmech, it's not in one place. Sagi b'harchakas dalat amos. It's enough to distance 4 amos mimakam shekal hareach, from where the smell stops. Afilu milafanav, even in front of you. So in other words, let's say you have roller skating tsaya. How the tsaya is able to roller skate, that's beyond the scope of the shiur. But it's tsaya that is able to roller skate, and it's roller skating in front of you. So if roller skating on the side of you, it's like behind you, you only need 4 amos from where the smell stops. But if it's roller skating in front of you, the Mechaber says, Asr likrois kenegda, anywhere, even beyond 4 amos from where the smell stops. The Bach and the El Yerabah are makel that since it's not in one place, it's enough to move 4 amos from where the smell stops. V'yesh lahachmer l'charchila. L'charchila you should be machmer. L'charchila roller skating tzaya you should be machmer mikamlay einav. Ule'inyan di'eved. Im kfar kara v'espal v'yisat tzaya v'ezvan v'chutz l'dar amos. If you already said Shema and davened, ayin v'pim v'gam shgad v'zal shaynoi, kfar kasan kol heicha de'ika plukta, whenever there's a machlokes, chayzer v'kar kriya Shema, b'loy b'chayseha. Whenever there's a machlokes, you say Shema, but you don't have to say the brachos. Uvetfila, einoi chazim espala ayin sham oid. So, this is on page, they say to look on page 21 in the back. Note 9 and 10. Now, legabe someone who's mesupik, if they said Shema, keneged and erva, the shaila is totally on whether the halach is like Rava, kal milsa da amrachman loy savidi avid loy mahani. So it's a suffix dairaisa, and you say it again with the brachos. Whereas a halacha not like Rava, so it's only a suffix derabanan, and you say it without the brachos. So it sounds like in the beginning, if you remember in the Hakdama to Siman Ayin Daled, there was a tzad that you do say it with the brachos when you're mesupik, whether you said Shema. Where was that? Oh, on page Kuf Zayin. The suffix imra erva tzarch lachsav likrois, the suffix raisa l'chumra l'chein yachser v'yikra misafik. But you have to do with the brachos. It's a suffix whether you have to say it with the brachos. So by the way, so it's interesting. In that bir halacha, the Mishnah Berura was misupik, whether when you don't know if you're Yotze Shema, whether you have to say the brachos. Here he seems to come out definitively that with the klal of the Prima Gadim, that whenever you're misupik, you see, it's not masupik. Whenever there's a machlokes, you'll repeat Shema, but you won't say the brachos. Okay, dahava kagrav shorei. V'im hachaloin pasuach. You have an open window. V'chazir oiver, and there's a pig passing by. Im muter likrois. So now you don't have the chaloin anymore. Ayin besun ayin test of beis v'alacha of Mishnah Berura mashanichtav sham. We'll have to see later on. But in the meantime, be very careful to keep your windows closed during Kriya Shema, because you never know, especially if you live in a area where there's a pig crossing, you have to make sure that your windows are closed. Because if your windows are open and you see a chazir, it's going to be a problem. Rabbi Isai, have a great day.
This first halacha is very much negaya about touching by someone